Right, I've had a question about Unit 3, Lesson 13, and it's number 5, and it wants us to find or evaluate the third derivative when x is 4. So I'm looking at this. I know it's not going to be pretty, but we will work our way through it. First thing, I'm going to avoid quotient rule here. I really don't like the quotient rule, so I'm going to rewrite this as 3x plus 4 to the negative 1/2. If you use the quotient rule, you'll get the same answer. I just find it's not my favorite go-to function. I prefer power rule, chain rule, etc. So here we go. First derivative, negative 1/2 comes down. Do not change what's in the brackets. Take away 1 from my exponent. Now I can take the derivative of what's inside the brackets, and I end up with a 3. I'm going to have to take an extra step here to clean it up. So negative 3/2, 3x plus 4 to the negative 3/2. There's my first derivative. Second derivative. Negative 3/2 comes down. I already have a 3/2, so this is going to become positive 9/4. Leave what's inside the brackets alone. Take away another 1. I now have negative 5/2. I can now take the derivative of what's inside, and I end up with a 3. I want to clean that up. 3 times 9, roughly 27 over 4 now. 3x plus 4 is the negative 5/2. I'm going to sneak up here and say now my third derivative, which is our ultimate goal here. All right, here we go. So I'm going to leave it as 27 over 4 multiplied by negative 5/2. Leave what's inside the brackets alone. Take 1 away from the numerator. Take the derivative of what's inside. And that is what we got. So 27 over 4. I'm going to multiply that by 5 over 2. And we're going to multiply that by 3. So we end up with negative 405 over 8. This term is it has a negative exponent, negative 7/2. So that means it's going to be in the denominator as a square root. And it's going to be 3x plus 4. And that is to the power of 7. So there we go. That is what it's going to look like. So now we got to evaluate it. G triple prime at 4. So we have negative 405 over 8. The square root of 3 times 4 plus 4 to the 7th. Oops. So missing some brackets. Negative 405 over 8. So if I'm inside there, 3 times 4 is 12 plus 16. That's 28. So just double checking here if that makes sense. 12 plus 4. Oops, hold on there. 12 plus 4 is 16. I was going to say, usually they don't try to make this worse than it is. So it's 16 inside the square root. So I'm going to take the square root first. So the square root of 16 is 4. I still have that exponent 7. So now I have negative 405 over 8 times 4 to the 7th, which is still enormous. So I have 131 over 0.72. And reducing that, some calculators will, some won't. I'm not too worried if yours won't. I don't think it reduces, to be quite honest, and I think that's the final answer. Still, I'm not sure what the actual answer is, and I'm not too worried. I'm worried about process. All right, so the big thing is, were you able to follow how I got to the third derivative? And then the substitution, I mean, at that point, it's just crunching it into a calculator. And if you have trouble with that, I'm not sure what I can do for you. So anyway, if you have any other questions, let me know and I'll try to clarify them.